Gonna be Warlock. Okay. First pick. Don't ever really pick target dummy. It's not a terrible pick for Warlock since cards are free for Warlock. Free with quotation marks around the word. Doomguard, easily the best pick. You get a lot more demon synergies thanks to TGT. It's a lot easier to pull out a demon thanks to Wrathguard and Tiny Demon of Evil and Fearsome Doomguard. So Void Callers are like auto picks. And Doomguard, one thing that you do suffer as Warlock is not from card advantage, but also, you don't suffer from card advantage, but you do suffer from losing the board control, and that is your lose condition. So getting fast cards with a lot of stats packed on them as Warlock is very important. So we'll take it here. MC Tech is okay, but in a class like Warlock, and this is what you should be thinking about, is if you're playing a class that usually gets initiative, and usually Warlock does because you get a lot of 1-drops and 2-drops offered as Warlock, and you have fast tempo plays with like Power Overwhelming or Soulfire, whatever it may be, Imp Gang Boss. You usually don't lose board control to the point where MC Tech would be useful. So MC Tech is probably better in a class like Warrior or Priest or Druid or Mage, where you play more reactively. Here, Giblin Stalker seems like the obvious pick. Solid 2-drop, and you do want to pack up on 2s and 3s and 1s as Warlock. Here, Wrathguard is going to be the right pick. Take another overstated card. And that's all you want. You just want overstated cards regardless of like the downside in a way. Maybe not to the point where it's like Succubus, because Succubus usually trades down and doesn't do much better than a 3-2, but Wrathguard, you don't sack a card, you just sack health, and once again, if we control board, we should be able to control the amount of damage we take to our face, so our health isn't as important with Wrathguard. Pit Lord versus Dark Bargain. Dark Bargain is actually pretty decent. Had the chance to play it a couple of times. It's much better than I originally thought it would be, but I think here we'd rather go with the Pit Lord, just get more overstat cards. You don't really want card draw as Warlock since you already get card draw with your hero power. You kind of don't want to be forced to draw cards and use that as your turn. Like this would never be a turn 4 play. At best it would be a late game play to draw cards with your hero power, and even that is a very slow play. You just want to push tempo plays. So here it would be Elven Archer or Tinkertown. Tinkertown is a little bit weak and it might lose its board control in the early game. You don't really have synergies with it. I might go with the Elven Archer because people will leave their stuff at 1 health because they're Warlock and they think we can't deal with it. I think that's fine. Silver Moon Guardian, I'll take it over Hungry Dragon. Hungry Dragon is a pretty bad card. Has the same win rate as Hungry Crab according to Hearth Arena. And that is due to the fact that you're pretty much playing a 4-mana 5/4 or worse, because you're giving your opponent on average a 2/1, and it also gives them the opportunity to use things like Power Overwhelming or Cold Blood, or just even like Fireball, and you just give your opponent a free 2/1. So just want to stay away from that card. Ogre Brute, easy pick. Micro Machine is vulnerable to being destroyed by 2/3s for free, so you don't want that. Ship's Cannon, solid 2-mana 2/3. Mukla's Champion. The thing about Mukla's Champion, once again, we're not looking for like value, and it is tempo as well, since you can immediately +1/+1 everything. But at the same time, what you need is strong curve plays. Every single turn that you make as a Warlock should be a fight for the board. It should be a turn that you're trying to overthrow the board. And if you ever are on like an even board or like a losing board situation as Warlock, and you play King's Mukla on 5, you're not going to win that game, or that's going to make you, it's going to put you in a worse position in the game. So instead of like worrying about card advantage as Warlock, you really just want to maintain your board and try to develop your board as much as possible. Doomguard, easy pick there. Here, Shaded Axe is going to be the pick. We do have some synergies with Molten Giant with the Wrathguard and the Pit Lord, but Shaded Axe is a solid 3, so we'll just take it. Want early game plays, 1s, 2s, and 3s. Like high quality 1s, 2s, and 3s is what we, preferred, I guess. It's preferred in Warlock. Clockwork Knight, we'll take it here. These cards suck. Pretty easy. Sunwalker, easily the best card out of the 3. We don't have Void Callers for Void Crusher, so makes that card a lot worse. Yeti versus Haunted Creeper. Sticky minions also do very well. Like if you have a Haunted Creeper, now cards like Power Overwhelming are a lot better, and like any kind of like Dark Iron Dwarf or Abusive is more likely to hit so that's good. But we don't have any of those buffs, so probably just go with the Yeti. You see that dip on 4. Just try to work with the curve. I think at the same time, if we had 1 less 2 and 1 more forward there, I'd probably go with the Haunted Creeper. They're equally as good on 2 and 4. Like Haunted Creeper is as good as on turn 2 as Yeti is on turn 4. Is how I think about that. We have 1, 2, 3, 2 drops. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 drops. Pretty even here. I'll go with the Amani. It allows for the potential to snowball if you put yourself in a position where you have an enraged Amani Berserker where your opponent can't deal with it. Shredder, easy pick. It's a good card. Bloodcell Raider, take it over Ogre Brute. I think that's fine. Our late game is really just our hero power with this deck. We kind of want to empty out our hand and Doomguard out and then start tapping every turn. So it's only like Capture Jormonger might probably gets discarded most of the time because it's so expensive and gets stuck in our hand with Doomguard. So one of these two. And although Ogre Brute is a really good 3, I'm going to go with the more consistent Bloodcell Raider. Just so we can make sure we're trading into what we want to trade into. Power Overwhelming versus one of these 6 drops. I think this isn't as bad as Capture Jormonger. We won't have the problem with it being stuck in the hand with Doomguard won't be that big of an issue because it was a little bit cheaper. Power Overwhelming might be the pick though. Like we have tempo plays, but maybe another one, like a cheaper tempo play like Power Overwhelming would be better instead of having to force ourselves to Doomguard out. We also don't have like Shadow Bolts or Dark Bombs. I don't know. I think you can go with any of these. I'm going to go with the Power Overwhelming and try to like empty out our hand a little bit faster for Doomguard. Dark Bargain. A lot of discard cards. It's kind of scary. I don't think we need a finisher. We're playing like this kind of like Warlock Zoo deck is the definition of aggro control, and in aggro control you could have a finisher and it can be good, like a Bloodlust effect, but I don't think it's very necessary. Usually you just win off complete board control, and when you're Warlock, that board control turns into card advantage thanks to your hero power. Probably is the right pick to go with Dark Bargain and just assume you're going to discard like one of these cards every game. Sure. Ooze, I'll take it over the other 2. Solid 2. One of our first 3 2s. Mortal Coil versus Storm Knight. We could use another 4 and also could use another 3, but I think Mortal Coil's flexibility would be good. Imp Gang Boss versus Void Caller. How many demons do we have? We have 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 drops. I do like the Void Caller here. Imp Gang Boss is such a game-winning card though. Void Caller is more of a greedy pick. I'm gonna go for greed. It's funner that way. Void Terror, that's fine. Have combos with Power Overwhelming with Void Terror. Direwolf versus Anti-Killbot. Don't think we need Anti-Killbot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, our early game looks pretty good. I don't think we're going to be damaged that much. Probably the damage that we take is from our Pit Lord or Wrathguard or just tapping, and that's like a slow health loss. Probably won't put ourselves in danger. I think Direwolf is probably the stronger pick. Blood Imp versus these 2. I will take the Blood Imp. We have a lot of 2/3s, and there's some synergy there. Usually with 2 drops, if you have like 1 drops, you want to pick 2/3s, like Blood Imp buffing up a 2/3 to a 2/4 will actually get you card advantage. But if you have a lot of 3/2s, like it being a 3/2 versus a 3/3 doesn't usually make that much of a difference in the early game. Power Overwhelming seems like the obvious pick here. Now I kind of wish we did take that Haunted Creeper because we have 2 Power Overwhelmings. We just need to find a target to play it on. Wrathguard, sure. 3rd Power Overwhelming. You wouldn't consider Norcrane Kraken here because we have 3 cards that discard, and this costs 9. It's never going to be played. Might as well just take the Power Overwhelming. Just add a little bit more reach. I don't think it's that great in this deck. Like ideal targets would be any 2-drop or the Blood Imp or the Elven Archer. We don't have too many guys that make guys. We didn't pick up the Imp Gang boss. It's gonna be tough to use the powerful whelmings for sure. It's like a permanent powerful whelming target. I think it might even be the right pick. That's interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We do have a lot of demons for Demon Heart, but it is once again a pretty slow play. Okay. Welcome to the team, Dreadsteed. That's interesting. This is the first time I've ever picked this card in Arena. I think it'll do fine. Mostly because of the 3 powerful whelmings. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 late game cards, which is more than enough considering we're playing Warlock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 drops. And no ones really. Blood Imp, sure. Elven Archer, sure. But they're not very strong ones that do anything alone. Like they can't trade up alone. If we just picked up a couple more ones, this would be a really nice curve. What we lack in this deck though is AoE. We don't have a Demon Wrath or Shadow Flame or Hellfire. Also we lack cheap removal, Shadow Bolts, Dark Bombs. But in a way, Doom Guards will be our removal, and Powerful Whelmings. A little bit less flexibility in this deck, but still a powerful deck. I'm gonna have to guess. I'll say that we go 10 wins with this deck. Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, so that's the Warlock drafting guide. I'm streaming on twitch.tv/Ratsmah. Enjoy the video, and I'll be back next week with another Arena draft or Arena video. Thanks, guys.